My name is Marcia Narayan Weldon, and I'm a proud board member of the Women's Fund of Miami-Dade. My relationship began long before I was a board member. I used to be a deputy general counsel, a lawyer at a Fortune 500 company based in Miami. And I used to go to Power of the Purse all the time. It started off as a social event, buy some new purses, meet people, network, but I really became engrossed in the kinds of stories that I would hear. The stories from the grant recipients, the stories from the women who were affected, the stories who were affected of women who were affected by people who they didn't even know, but who had donated money or donated time or donated their talents to help them. And so that's what resonates the most with me about the collective mission. It's women helping women. And of course, there are men who help as well, but it's really for women who are passionate about making sure that women and girls have economic mobility, good health, professional development, freedom from homelessness. And as a human rights lawyer, what really stuck out to me, and I'm a business lawyer and I'm also a human rights lawyer, was some of the work that was done with the human trafficking, women that are being abused and neglected. I myself am a domestic violence survivor, so that really touched me. And although I'm so busy, I'm a lawyer, I'm a professor, I'm a general counsel of a startup, I give my time to the Women's Fund because it means so much to me. It means a lot to me personally because there, but for the grace of God, go I. I could have been a person that needed the help from the Women's Fund, but I had the means and the education to get myself out of situations. And I think to whom much is given, much is expected. And all the women that are members of the board, also our people from the impact collaboratives, et cetera, have the same level of passion for this really mission critical work that we do. The human stories really touch me. And I think that's what really gets people to want to be a part of the Women's Fund. But some of the things that may not seem as sexy as the stories that we hear are some of the work like the impact collaboratives. So for example, on a monthly basis, professionals in the field that are experts will work with others and share best practices. So there's been one on reproductive rights. I went to one a couple of weeks ago that talked about how to be an advocate when you're dealing with legislatures and how to really get your voice heard. So this kind of service, which is more behind the scenes, is the work that helps others. So we act as a catalyst. We act as an incubator, and we are helping to build capacity for other nonprofits so that they can do their work. So part of what we do is fundraise for other organizations and so that we can get our work done, but we also serve an educational purpose. And when I think of one of the other things that really appeals to me is that we are educating people, whether that's people that are in government, whether it's about what the impact of heat can be on women and girls. Those are the kinds of things, the legislative advocacy, the research that we're doing that no one else is doing, and the dashboards, because there really is no really good, credible source of data, real-time data on women and girls in Miami-Dade County. And the Women's Fund is spearheading a lot of that effort. And when I think about my vision for the Women's Fund in the coming years and what do I want to see, I don't want there to be a Women's Fund because I want the issues that the Women's Fund deals with, like economic mobility, leadership, health and well-being, and freedom from violence. Everybody should be thinking about that. Every time a politician designs a program, he or she should be thinking of this. This should be something that's taught in schools. So we wouldn't need a Women's Fund because we'd have the economic, the health, the leadership, and the freedom from violence parity that we're trying to work on now.